Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to do the last spray of the year on the 3 buffalo grass patches. I have my quinclorac mixed up and ready to go, but what I wanted to tell you is that my Petra Tools HD 3000 is no longer working. This gave out at exactly 2 months, and that was probably a month ago, and I've been using the hand pump Chapin or my Chapin Pro Series backpack sprayer ever since. It just quit charging and that was it. And my other big beef with this was this really dumb gasket on the cap. This thing always leaked. So this lasted exactly 2 months, and so far, I probably had this one for 3 years, maybe 4 years, and about the same with that one. I should also mention that this Vivor sprayer only lasted a couple sprays. It has a problem with where the hose meets the tank. No matter how tight I've tightened this, because it's connected to a hose like that, eventually it just pops loose. And it was leaking basically every time I used it. And then the last time I used it, the entire hose popped off. Well, it didn't pop completely off, but it was spraying all over the place while it was on my back. And I got full of chemicals, had to jump in the shower, all that stuff. This one, the pump still works. I only used it a little bit, but it's just made like crap. The Vivor, they make just about everything. I don't know what the heck is with it, if they're just a holding company or something like that, but you'll find Vivor just about everything, and the vast majority of it is really cheap junk. So I definitely would never recommend this to anyone. I really liked the Petra Tools sprayer, except for that gasket, but like I said, it just died after 2 months, and it's definitely not worth the price for only 2 months worth of use. Even if it lasted the full year, it's still not worth the price. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to go out and spray 2 or 3 tanks. I'm not going to bother you with that. When I get done, I'm going to show you the buffalo grass at its prime. It looks really beautiful right now. So I'm going to go do all the spraying, and then we'll just take a tour and take a look at the really cool looking buffalo grass. Okay, it's about 4 hours later. I had a whole bunch of spraying to do besides the buffalo grass. I got weeds everywhere from being off for whatever, 10 days, almost 2 weeks with my appendix. Okay, take a look at that buffalo grass. I hope the sun's not going to mess with us. I'm sure it will to some extent. Try to get some angles where the sun's not in our eyes. That is just a gorgeous grass, and I don't know what it's going to do with these runners. It looks like it's going to hang over the edge of this wall. That could look really cool, or it could be a problem. I don't know yet. We'll have to find out next year. Look at how thick that stuff is. Really cool. Buffalo grass is a warm season grass, so as it starts to cool down, today is September 8th, as it starts to cool down, this is going to start browning up. So this is probably as good as it's going to look this year, and it's going to start browning up, and the regular grass, the bluegrass, is going to start greening up. Stolons. Yeah, these are all over the place. I'll show them to you over there. They really fill in any open spots. Look at that right there. Like I said, I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. I guess I don't mind if it's hanging over the wall, because the top of this wall is kind of ugly, but I do want to be able to walk on this. We'll see how it does. The entire orchard's going to be planted in this as well, so if we have all of this stuff cascading over the wall, it might look really cool. Got a few bare spots, and you can see all of the stolons in there. Plus there's full plants that were planted late. This is the prairie drop seed. Got another one over there. They're kind of hard to see with all of this buffalo grass. Yeah, it filled in all the gaps, and it's spilling over the rocks. Spilling over the rocks right here as well. Got a little weed. Yeah, that is so cool looking. I went through here and sprayed and did a little weeding, but you're always going to find a weed here and there. But for the most part, these patches are nearly weed-free. That's our special needs cat. We let him out yesterday because the weather cooled off. Otherwise, he overheats. He had a couple strokes. You can tell how he walks. Walks kind of crooked. Okay, we'll walk along the edge here. And I could walk through here too, but there's nothing in the middle that you need to see that you can't see from the edge. And again, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't know how far it's going to run out into the road. If I'm going to need to spray it or trim it, or I'm hoping for as maintenance free as possible. Yeah, that really filled in well. Look at this right here. That's all stolons. It's all over the gravel. And you can tell it's throwing roots down in there. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. When I get this grass cut, sooner or later there's going to be a real nice line between the buffalo grass and the bluegrass. And a little bit later in the year, when this browns up, I can go along the edge with glyphosate and make a real nice hard edge here. And it won't kill the buffalo grass, but it will kill the bluegrass. Look at how thick this is. Really cool. You could see the blue here and there. That's from the spray a little bit earlier. Not a whole lot to spray. There's more stuff over that way. This right here is big blue stem. Let's see how big this is. It is about 7 feet tall right now. It's going to get closer to 10 feet. This hasn't even gone to seed yet. This one's gone to seed. And it's dropping pollen right now. Yeah, they call this turkey foot grass as well, because of the way the seed head looks. Looks like a turkey foot. This is little blue stem all through here. I believe this is all little blue stem here, but this might be switchgrass as well. I'll be able to tell a little bit later in the year. That is little blue stem. That's probably 4 or 5 years old. At least 4 years old. That is a healthy subject there. Little blue stem right there. And we have a few that got sprayed, and these will probably be just fine next year. that could be switchgrass as well. Not 100% sure. All the prairie drop seed that I planted this year, looking real good. And we have our sparser areas underneath the trees, and I'll be planting some shade grasses there next year. Wavy hair grass is what I'm going to plant. Another, oh, I think that's big blue stem. Another big blue stem. And a couple more little blue stem. These are all from when this was just kind of full of weeds. I came through here and tossed seeds every once in a while. I don't think I tossed any big blue stem seeds though. This stuff is really invasive. Once you got it growing somewhere on your property, it's going to be growing all over the place. It's a beautiful plant, but you don't want it growing too close to the house, because when you go to burn, or if it accidentally lights on fire, this stuff will make a huge blaze. All right, another look. Again, we have some kind of native grass right there. I'm thinking it might be, well, it could be switchgrass, could be Indian grass, and it could be little blue stem. Looking at it though, looks like it might be young big blue stem, which would be unfortunate. I don't want this area taken over by big blue stem. And here's the view from the top. The reason for planting buffalo grass is that I want a short grass nearer to the buildings, because these native grasses need to be burned every once in a while, and I don't want a huge blaze near the buildings. Like that patch right there, that is not going to have any of these taller grasses in it. I can get away with it over here, and I'll be able to get away with it over here to some extent, but I don't want that right near the building. Okay, so that's these two patches, and like I said, under the trees here, this will all fill in right here because this gets a good amount of sun. But back in there, I'll be planting that wavy hair grass next year. And this winter, I'm going to be pruning off some of the lower branches on this tree. I'll probably go, maybe 8-10 feet up, and I'll be taking another branch off that big black oak right there. That way all this stuff will get a little more light, and when I burn this stuff, it's not going to do any damage to the trees. Okay, we'll take a quick look at the blue grama, which is right there along the side of the hill, and then we'll go to the triangle and see the buffalo grass over there. This blue grama is just gorgeous earlier in the year. Well, it don't look bad now, but it's starting to die back, and it'll be all brown pretty soon. But these seed heads go sideways and they look just like a purple eyelash. There's a few videos of that. I'm gonna have to get some more seed. I believe all I got was a pound of seed, and I did this patch here, and then I did some along the road right there. But I'm gonna have to get a couple pounds next year and get much further down. I had figured this would reseed itself, and it has a bit, but it's just way too slow. I have to tend all these weeds all this time, and it would be a lot better to just plant the whole damn thing right away. You can see I was in here spraying. And under the tree, where it's been out of the heat, it's a bit greener than it is out there. Again, we're going to be planting wavy hair grass like right in here where it's mostly shade. And I'll be pruning a little bit off of this tree here as well. Got some blue grama in here. Got lots of different grasses in here. We got some switchgrass, some Indian grass. You could see the big blue stem right there. I believe, yeah, this is probably a young big blue stem right here. That one looks like Indian grass right here. What is that? It's definitely not, oh, might be big blue stem. No, it's not. That's Indian grass. Got a bunch of little blue stem back there. Big blue stem right there. You can tell by the turkey foot. Yeah, way too many big blue stems. Got one there, and a big one right here. Little blue stem. And we got the blue grama, and it's only growing in patches. I planted this whole area and it only grew in patches. I'm gonna have to get in here next year and I'll probably plant side oats grama in the bare spots. I'm not sure. Yeah, the blue grama is definitely fading quick, and some of the bigger grasses are just starting to look cool. We got little blue stem right there, and then side oats grama. I don't know if that seeded itself, or if the animals seeded it, or if I tossed. I do a lot of seed tossing. Yeah, I'll have to come in here and grab the rest of the seed and spread it through here. All right. Again, big blue stem. We have our white oak tree that was in the middle of the woods. I took out all the trees around it and now it's starting to flourish. All right. There's a problem with the first buffalo grass that I planted last year. I'll tell you about that at the very end. But you can see it's coming down right over these rocks. Yeah, and it's throwing roots down into there. So it's pretty much just going to cover these. Yeah, I think that's what it'll do with the wall too. So there you have it. A lot more weeds in this one, but this one got minimal care. I went through here at the start of the video and sprayed, but I also sprayed along the back edge there. We got a lot of brambles there, and those are really hard to kill. So they were making a comeback, and I sprayed them, I believe 2 days ago with Weed Stop, and then I sprayed them again today with quinclorac. And I sprayed here and there in the patch with the Weed Stop, and I wanted to see what it was going to do to the buffalo grass. And so far, it's done nothing. I'll be testing out the different herbicides on the buffalo grass next year. Yeah, this is dying back a little more than the other ones. And that brings us to this. We have a little bit of green here and there, but this is just like completely browned up. And it pretty much happened early in the year, right after I sprayed the pre-emergent. The pre-emergent, which was prodiamine, is rated for buffalo grass. So I don't know if it was that or if it's something else. So if this actually dies, I'm going to burn this no matter what next year. I'll burn this upper part and I won't burn the lower part. But I'm going to burn this back and I'm going to reseed it with buffalo grass and see what happens. I may have mixed the prodiamine too strong. I don't think so, but we'll see. I'm going to be testing out, like I said, I'm going to test out 2,4-D, weed stop, and I'll do another small patch next year of the prodiamine and see if I can figure out what's going on here. Yeah, see, I don't know. It's got stolons that are still alive, and there's green areas. My foot just sunk in like a foot, and that may be the problem too. This whole area has been overrun with moles, and there's no way to see where they are. So they're just running rampant underneath the grass here, which will obviously hurt the grass. Yeah, see, you got signs of life here and there. But I don't even know if some of this stuff is buffalo grass. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. At some point, I'll know this grass like the back of my hand, but I definitely don't yet. None of the other patches have been sprayed with anything other than quinclorac, and they're going to stay that way until I do testing. And I'm not going to spray a big area like this with anything until I test it from now on. So that'll wrap up this video. I'll do one more video on the buffalo grass, and that'll be when it's gone dormant. I'll do a video on the other native grasses when they're all in their prime, and at the same time the buffalo grass will be dormant. So if you want to see that video, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.